Good morning and welcome. It's Donna Gray here, your Stamping Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia. Good morning, everyone. I know I'm a bit early this morning, but I have a video conference that I have to be on at 10 o'clock. So I decided that I would jump on and and come live to you. They can see you, Jade. That was just my daughter sneaking through. She's like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm live. Just walked through right at the very minute that I decided to go live. So welcome everybody. And I thought I would do a couple of quick projects this morning, and bear with me because I'm just casing out of the catalog because that is all that I really have time to do this morning. So I had a massive trip up the coast last night and got home after midnight last night. So I've had a little bit of a sleep in and I've got up and I'm here this morning. So ready to craft with you and ready to bring you some fun projects. So good morning, Matthew, Cindy, and Vicky. Thank you for joining. So once again, when you join, please feel free to share the video back onto your social media sites. That helps me share my crafting to many more people. And it is also, you never know who out of your friends. Oh, something's happened. What's happened? Why is my video stopped? Hang on. Oh, technical difficulties there. I don't know what went on. I moved my mouse and I think I need to unplug that mouse. That mouse is doing weird things this morning. I put new batteries in it and everything, and it's not doing the right thing. So we will move the mouse out of the way. So welcome everybody. We will do some live crafting this morning. So as I said, please feel free to share back onto your social media sites so that friends and family can get a bit of crafty time this morning. So I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but wow, we have had some pretty miserable, cold, freezing weather. So it's actually quite nice. There's a little bit of sunshine out there today. So it'll be hopefully a much more pleasant day compared to what it has been. Okay, so just bear with me. I'll just share to my group on Facebook, which is there, and I'm good to go. So in case you don't know, our beautiful new catalog has gone live. So it's super, super exciting. So welcome everybody. I've just seen the comments here. I'm sorry, I've been trying to deal with my camera going on and off. Early bird gets the worm. That's it, Geraldine, because, you know, I thought I can't go a morning without crafting with you. I thought, well, I put it off until tomorrow. And then I thought, no, I'll just go live today. So, so here I am from a very stormy Florida. So yeah. Hot. Okay, so welcome. It's 11:35 p.m. on Friday night, Ivy. Well, hey Sherry, how you going? So let's get to crafting. So what I decided to do, I'm just going to swap down onto my desk now. I decided that I'm going to do a card with the Poinsettia Petals and another card with the Coming Home. Now, the Coming Home bundle, in case you don't know, our Coming Home bundle is for every stamp set that we sell from the Coming Home bundle, $4.25. So that's this one here. Whether you buy the stamp set or whether you buy the bundle, $4.25 will be donated to the charities devoted to adoption, foster care, and infertility. So you make a difference when you purchase this stamp set. So hopefully after you see the quick card that I'm going to do this morning, that you're going to want to purchase this stamp set and the Poinsettia Petals. So let's get going and start creating. So I'm going to use some Pool Party for this one. So I'm going to grab a base of Pool Party, and I also need a second sheet because we're going to need to do a little bit of cutting and embossing. So my first sheet of Pool Party is cut at 5 3/4 inches by 8 inches, and I'm going to fold it in half. It's hot there, Ivy, really? 37 degrees in the UK. Well, if that's 37 degrees like our degrees, yes, that would be quite hot. And quite hot for you guys in the UK, that's for sure. Is that for the USA too, Sherry? What are you asking me? That the catalogue has gone live in the US? Yes, it has. It is definitely live over there as well. All right, so then I'm just going to grab my paper trimmer, and we're going to cut a layer from for the front, and I'm going to do that one at 3.5 inches by 5 1/4 inches for the front of the card, by 5 1/4. Okay, and that will give us that layer there. And I do apologize because we've had some wet weather here. My cardstock is a little bit damp and it gets little furry bits. I need to put my, whatever that machine is, the dehumidifier, I think it's called, to suck the moisture out of the air in my craft room. We can't have soggy cardstock. About the donations, yes, Sherry, it's everywhere. Yes. So anyone worldwide. So it won't be $4.25. I don't know what it will be in your market, but it will be equivalent to what it is in our market, I would say. All right, so we're going to do that. Then we're going to grab the embossing folder, which is this gorgeous embossing folder that goes with our snowflake wishes, which I will tell you the name of that. It is called the Winter Snow Embossing Folder. So it's got the gorgeous snowflakes. It's absolutely a stunning embossing folder. So I'll just move that down a bit so we get more crafting room. All right, so let's bring in the Big Shot and we'll run that through the Big Shot. Now, it's a thin embossing folder. Sorry, I'm just getting my Big Shot here. So it's, yes, one of our really thin embossing folders. Now, you may struggle with all the embossing folders and with what layers that you need to use with your embossing folders. Now, this is a bit of advice here. You will always need your base platform for embossing without the thin die adapter. So we're going to start with the base because it's a thin one. Now, what I do is I feel it. If it's a super, super thin one, we're going to need 2 cutting pads, that one and another one, put our cardstock in and roll it through. If it's a bit thicker than that, but not super, super thick, you're going to need the blue plate. If it is super, super thick, you're going to need just the base plate and 1 cutting pad with your folder. So that's how I tell people how we need to work out what we are going to do. I actually feel like that layer is a bit too little. I'm going to cut a bigger layer than that. Sorry, I've just looked at the image and I'm like, that's just not right. Okay, so I'm going to go back here, rewind. We're going to cut this 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. I've just looked at the card that I'm casing in the catalogue and yeah, it looked like a bigger layer. So that's what we'll do. So once again, I'll bring in just my emery board. So just a normal emery board that you would use to do your nails. Gets rid of those furry edges. So if you ever have that problem, a lot of the time people think that it's their trimmer that is playing up, but sometimes it's the moisture that's in your cardstock. So if you've got a fair bit of moisture around in your area, it could be the moisture in your cardstock. So now we'll bring in the Big Shot machine and we'll emboss that layer. So base plate, 1 cutting pad. Now, when you put your cardstock in our embossing folders, you can always make sure that you've got the Stampin' Up! Emblem upways because that's going to be the top side of your cardstock. So you're going to see it the right way up. Okay, so we're going to put it in there. We're going to put the fold through that Big Shot machine and we're going to run it through. It's cooled down for you, Cindy. Hot in California. All right, so there we have that gorgeous embossed layer. Isn't that just stunning? Absolutely beautiful. Let's get that embossing machine out of the way. All right. So we have that and we have our card base. So that's looking quite nice. Now, in the catalogue, we're going to take the coming home bundle and we're going to stamp this image here. So I'm going to grab that out, which is this one here. And we're going to do a bit of colouring with our blends. Now, I don't know about you, but when I stamp with my stamps, I like to have, oh, I need a cleaner block. Okay, so I'm going to mount that onto a block. It's a photopolymer stamp, so I'm actually going to use my Pierce mat. Now, the reason that I'm going to use the Pierce mat is because we have no foam spongy background on our stamp, and we need a little bit of that give in our stamp to be able to get a good crisp image. And I don't like stamping with Memento Black. I'm going to colour with my blends, but I don't like stamping with Memento Black. So I'm going to use my basic grey and I'm going to ink up that cute house and I'm going to stamp that just down there. Okay. And we also need to have the cute little wreath. So we're going to stamp that one. It's tiny, tiny, but it's a cute little wreath that goes on the front. So we're going to stamp that one in our basic grey as well, and I'll stamp that up there. Okay, so we've got the house and the wreath ready to go. And I'll close that ink up so I don't get it all over me. So then I'm going to grab some of my blends. So I'm going to go light and dark smoky slate, I think. What have I got? Dark smoky slate, light smoky slate. All right. So I'm going to colour most of the house in with the light smoky slate. I'm going to take it off my Pierce mat. I'm just going to bring in a scrap piece here just to protect my surface, because what happens with our alcohol blends, they do tend to bleed through our cardstock. So my suggestion is to actually protect your work surface a little bit. So now I'm just going to, with my light smoky slate, I'm going to colour in this cute little house. And this is going to be a bit of basic colouring here because I'm just going to do light smoky slate for that base part of the house, and then dark smoky slate for the roof section. So I'm using my brush tip end. I'm trying not to go right out to the edges of my stamped image because our blends move on our cardstock. So make sure that you don't go too close to that outside line that it blends outside your stamped image. You don't want that to happen. So just go up to the line, but not quite out, right out to the outside. And then for the top, I'm going to use the dark smoky slate, and we're going to colour in that top. Same thing again, making sure that you don't go too close out to the outside of your stamped image so that it doesn't bleed outside. So type in the comments, let me know if you are a blends user, if you own some blends, and if you like using our blends. Now, I want to be honest with you. I was not a person, I didn't stamp images that needed to be colored. Like if you had to use the Stampin' Write markers and you had to color in piece by piece, I do now. It's probably, since we've had the blends, it's made me get more into coloring a little bit. And I mean, you don't have to be a fantastic colorist, because I'm telling you, our blends make us look like we're pretty professional. Who agrees with that? Type in the comments and let me know that the blends take all the hard work out for you, because they just naturally blend away and you don't get any brush marks. You don't get any streakiness. All right, so we've got that. You love the blends, Vicky? Yep. Okay, so I feel like they've done, I don't know, the actual door looks like it could be ivory or something. Oh, that's crumb cake. All of my blends. What's this one? Light petal pink. Oh, it might be this one. It looks like ivory, what they've used, so I'm going to use the ivory anyway. It's a very light colour. Okay, so I'm going to colour that in, yep, with our ivory. It looks like that's what they've used. Okay, and then we have the windows, and I'm going to use my light So Saffron. Yep, because I just want the windows to have a lighter colour, but not too obvious. Oh, that light So Saffron is like not good. Let's get rid of that. Let's see if we've got another one. Is that one light? Yep. Might have been, yes, that's better. Isn't it funny? You have things that aren't working, so you order another one, but the old one still gets put back onto your shelf, and then you go to use it and you're like, oh, that must have been why I ordered another one. So I'm just going to colour those windows just to make it look like the lights are on in the house. Same with the windows in the door of the house. You have Copics, not blends. Do you find the Copics are really hard to understand? Like that there's, okay, so we need to get a green. Sorry, bear with me here. I might do light granny apple green, I think, for my little wreath. Yeah, that looks good. And then I'll do, I don't know, I'm thinking a red bow. What do you think? Do we need a red bow for the wreath? Of course we need a red bow, don't we? Okay, so I'm probably going to use my, what's that? Light Poppy Parade. Let's try that for the bow. Yeah, that looks cute. All right, so we have that. So you love the blends, says Ivy, much better than other type of alcohol markers that I've used before discovering Stampin' Up blends. I know, they take all the hard work out of it for us, don't they? All right, so let's bring in the big shot because we need to cut that out now. So I'll just change my platform. So I'll bring in the big shot. Okay, and find my magnetic platform. There it is. My cutting pad on. Okay, so I'm now going to cut out that house. That one there. Okay, so we're going to cut out the house. We're also going to cut out the little wreath. I'm sure it has a little, yes it does. I was going to say, I'm sure it has a little die for it, which it does. So if you haven't seen, we have these gorgeous dies, and I used these dies yesterday that I made. I'll show you. I made these super cute, it wasn't yesterday, it was Thursday, I think it was, these super cute little houses as little treat boxes. And I made a bigger one that you could get more in it with the larger house. So this is a really cute, fun set. You love your blends, says Cindy, still learning how to use them. You have to use a lighter hand. That is correct, Cindy. That is the one main key to getting your blends to work really well for you, is making sure that you're not too heavy-handed with it. Now, this could be interesting. Lining this up. Where am I going to go? I don't know. That looks pretty good. Let's just go with that. That could be very fluky that I got it right the first go, but we will see how we go. Okay, so we're just going to run that through. And then they've done, like in the catalogue, they've done this really, really cute background with the trees. So I'll show you how they've done that as well. So there we have our house cut out and our wreath cut out. So we've got those done. And I'm thinking I can probably get it out of this. Okay, now bear with me because I've got to find my stitched shaped circles. So bear with me while I find those. Let me see. I'm in the wrong set. Stitch shaped dies. That's what we need. Okay. So we're going to use, I feel like we're going to use, yeah, I think I'm going to use the largest circle out of them. And I think I can get it out of this scrap piece of Whisper White that we have here. So I'm going to cut a large circle first. So we're going to run that through. Okay. And then with our stitched circle, we're going to pop one of these gorgeous dies over it. And I think it's this one here. So this is going to create like a bit of a snowy background for us. And I need to look at the picture. They've done it sort of like straight across. So we might go just like that. All right. So I'm just going to line the die up and we're going to get a bit of a snowy hill and the trees. And that's going to be the background part for our house to sit on. So it's going to be sitting on a gorgeous snowy hill. Okay, so we've got that. So can you see that? And this is going to create a really nice backdrop for that cute little house. Over there. All right. So that, and the cute little wreath. And then we're going to, down the bottom here, we're going to stamp on that. We're going to stamp Merry Christmas. Ooh, and where do we have that stamp? Okay, Happy Christmas it has. So now we need to find a stamp that has Happy Christmas. Anyone know which stamp has Happy Christmas? Maybe Itty Bitty Christmas might have it. Let me see. Itty Bitty Christmas. I still have them here. A, B, C, D, E, F. Itty Bitty Christmas greetings. We'll grab them out. Okay. And I might grab that out. No. This one here. Do we have Happy Christmas? Oh my God, that's it. Well, there you go. Itty Bitty Christmas is the Happy Christmas that they have. So there it is there. All right. It's super fun casing the catalogue too. I always say to people, it's a great way to get your inspiration flowing. You know, like if you have no idea what you want to craft with. Yes, I did have a cutting plate, Cindy, on top of my dies. Yes, I did. It wouldn't cut if I didn't have a cutting plate there. Okay, I'm going to stamp it in Granny Apple Green because we've coloured that in Granny Apple Green. Am I going to do it in Granny Apple Green? Yeah, I am. Granny Apple Green is going to be what we're going to stamp out our sentiment in. So it's going to go like that. We're going to stamp Happy Christmas down there. Like that in Granny Apple Green. You may have missed it. It was a pretty new plate, so maybe you missed seeing it there. But yes, I did have a plate on behind. Okay, so I'm going to pop this up onto some dimensionals. So our embossed layer. To keep an eye on the time. Oh, I've got 1 hour left because I've got to be on a video conference call at 10 a.m. So I've got 1 hour left. I'm sure I can do the next card in that time. All right, take your pick tool. We'll get those backings off. So that's a trick to get your backings off, just with your take your pick tool. You just pop it in, and as you go to pull it out, you just twist it. And you normally get them all collected on there, except for those three that decided to go AWOL. All right, so we're going to pop that onto the front of our card. So like that, we're going to have an 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. Although for some reason that card looks like it's cut at a different size, but we'll go with the flow. All right, so this one here, you really like the blue shade of paper I'm using. It's called Pool Party. It is a gorgeous, it's sort of a mixture between like a minty color and a blue color. It's just, yeah, it's very hard to explain the difference in it. But okay, so I'm actually going to use my Seal Plus on the back of this one. So we're going to pop a bit of Seal Plus. If you haven't used our Seal Plus, it is wonderful. You've just got to remember to flick it at the end when you go to finish it off. So we're going to pop that just here. Oh, my Merry Christmas. My trees are going to be crooked, but that's okay. All right, so we're then going to pop our house up onto some dimensionals because we need to have the house popped up. And maybe one in the middle. So any of the items that I'm using here today can be purchased in an online order. Whoa. Okay, so I'm going to pop the house up there. And I'm going to pop a little dimensional, no, actually a full-size one will fit on the back of that little wreath, which it will. And no, it's Pool Party. Okay, and the little wreath goes smack bang in the middle of the windows. That's how they've got it. So like that. Okay, so now I want to stamp an insert, which I'll grab a white insert. And I think I'm probably going to do a little house, I think, on that one. So I'm going to bring in my Pierce mat again. And I'm going to grab the smaller house. Now you can do some different layered houses with this, which is really, really cute. But I'm just going to do this cute little small house. Pop that onto a block. And we'll grab our basic grey again. Pop a little house down in the corner here. So just like that. Okay. And I'll just colour a little bit with my blends very quickly. So I'm just going to, I'll grab that scrap piece again. I'll just colour a little bit with my light smoky slate. And dark smoky slate for the roof. This was one of the, I'm going to leave that white because I want it to look like it's got a little bit of snow on it. And I'm also going to stamp, I knew there was something else in here I wanted to use. I'm going to stamp this cute little whatever you want to call it, light pole, lamp. Will that be big enough? Just, oops. Okay, let's go crossways like that. Just have a cute little lamp. out the front of the house. And we'll use a little bit of yellow because we'll have obviously the lamps on. So we're going to have that and some windows with some light. And maybe colour in the door again. Can't have a door that's not coloured in. And then also I'll just, with my light smoky slate, just do a little bit of grounding here so that it looks like it's not floating in the air. We need to ground. Sorry, my hair was in the way. Sorry about that. I'm just looking at the replay over here and I'm like, oh, my hair was like right in the way. I need to not do that. I need to get used to the fact of like not crafting right over the top of everything I'm doing. So I'm just going to use the seal now on that one to pop that on the insert. Okay, line that up. Whoa, okay. Yep, that card layer is so like not right, but anyway, there you go. That's one of the cute cards out of our catalogue using the Coming Home bundle. All right, so we'll pop that one aside and we're going to bring in the next set that we're going to use, which is called the Poinsettia Petals. Now, this is a really stunning set, and I think you're going to be able to do so much with it. The designer series paper that goes with it is really, really nice. And you can do lots of different projects using the designer series paper, but this one's a fairly basic card that we're going to be using. And we're going to start by using a crumb cake base. Now, they're actually using some of the designer series paper. Let me see if I have some of that sitting over here, because I think I should. Let me see. Some here. Okay. I'm sure it's one of the reverse sides of the paper. Let me see. Is it or isn't it? I thought it was a reverse side of the paper, but it doesn't look like it is. We might use this one instead. That looks quite cute. We might use that. All right. So I'm going, oh, and it's got that gold twine. That's really cute. And I need cherry cobbler cardstock. Sorry, bear with me here. I'm not even organized to do all this, but I was like, I wanted to bring you a card no matter what. That and some, maybe some old olive. Do we have old olive there? We have pear pizzazz. Any old olive? Oh, garden green. No, I want old olive. Let's find the old olive up here. Okay. All right. So now I think I'm good. All right. So I'm going to fold my base in half. You love my hair color, Cindy? Thank you. Well, you got to see a good full shot of it, didn't you, with my head down there in the camera, like that shouldn't be there, but anyway. Okay, so I'm going to make my card go that way. So I want that to be, I'm probably going to change this up a little bit because I can't cope with, yeah, I'm going to do that. Yes, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do this. So I need my trimmer again, which is buried under things somewhere. No, I must have put it away. No, it's buried under something somewhere. All right, so I need that to be 5. That's 5.5, so I might do that. that. So I'm doing 5 3/8 by 3 5/8. And that should give me a really nice, yes, cherry cobbler background there. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm changing up the catalogue picture just a tad because I have to use what I have on hand. All right, so we're going to do that. Then we're going to grab this and we're going to do a little bit of heat embossing. Let me see. Do I have everything for heat embossing here? We will go. I need some white. I've got my embossing buddy there. I need some white. And I just grab my heat tool. And sorry, my heat tool was out of the room, and Versamark ink. I'm just going to plug the heat tool in and then we will stamp some of these gorgeous poinsettias. Okay, so I want the larger one. I feel like I'm going to do, we've got so many here. We'll see how many we can stamp on there. I think I'm going to do the large one. So this one here, we'll mount that onto a block. That block is really, really dirty. Get a bigger block. Okay. I've got a very big block for this, but that's okay. So we're going to use Embossing Buddy first. Now, the reason that we use the Embossing Buddy first is to make sure that we have no static on our card and to also make sure there's no oily fingerprints. Oh, no worries, Annette. It arrived. That's awesome. I'm glad you got them. Got it. Okay, so we're going to ink it up with some Versamark. So we're going to stamp this one. And I'm going to stamp that over there like that. And then I'm feeling like I'm just going to do, yeah, that one there. I'm going to do that size. So we'll grab that one and we'll mount it onto a block. Okay. So we have that one stamped like that. And we'll grab the Versamark and we will ink up this one and we'll stamp it beside it. I'm sure we can fit it in there. Yes, we can. So just like that. Okay, so now we're going to grab just a scrap piece of paper. Which I have some here. Just do that, pop that under there. We'll sprinkle some white embossing powder on here. You really like this, sweet Cindy? Yeah, it's really nice. So if you're just jumping on, if this is the first time you've watched me live, please tell me if it's the first time you've watched me live. And if you haven't commented before, feel free to comment because I love hearing from you. I love finding that I've reached more people, and you can ask any questions you like because that's what I'm here for. I'd be happy to answer any questions for you. So we're just going to pop that back in. Now, if you haven't done heat embossing before, this is the bomb of card making. I'm telling you, it is probably the most exciting thing I think we can do with card making. It is super, super fun. All right, so I'm going to take all that out of the way. I'm going to bring in the heat tool. Now, I heat from underneath. Now, it's totally up to you how you want to do it. It's personal preference for me. Make sure that you've got all the bits and pieces off the extra pieces of, like if there's any embossing powder, it doesn't matter because we're going to cut that out anyway. But if there's any embossing powder where you don't need it, you need to remove it before you heat it. Now, as we go, you will see that the heat will start to, there it goes, starts to turn that white. Okay, so you can see, now don't overheat your embossing powder. Make sure that when it starts to turn white, it goes a little bit bubbly, then it smooths out. That's all you need to do. If you overheat your embossing, it will go really matte and really dull. And if you're finding that that's what's happening with your heat embossing, that it's going dull, you're overheating it. So try not to overheat too much. And be careful with our heat gun. Our heat gun is very hot. So we have 2 heat settings on the heat gun. Good morning, Gaynor. How are you? I should have been crafting with Gaynor and the girls this morning with my retreat, but because of the Queensland border shutting, they've all had to do the retreat in a box this morning, but you get to see me craft a little bit anyway, Gaynor. So I got a message from one of my ladies this morning that she's got her retreat all out on the table, ready to go. She's going to be doing her retreat all weekend. So one of the things I do is I do 2-day retreats. And if you're thinking about that you can't attend because you live a long way away from me, then that's totally okay, because you can get a retreat in a box. And the retreat in a box is awesome. Now, the dies in this set, you need to look at this. The dies in this set, we not only have the dies that will cut out the poinsettias, we also have these embossing dies as well. I'll show you, I'll run one of those through as we go so you can see how that works as well. But I'm just going to cut out these embossed flowers first. So I'm going to pop that on. I've got the one base plate there. I'm going to grab, that's the one for that one, I think. Oh. Okay. So we'll line that one up, which that's not it. Just keep spinning it around until it lines up properly. That's not it. Spin it around again. That's it. Yes. Okay. I'm going to cut one out at a time because I feel like, oops. Just going to turn that cutting pad is really, really bad. Put this one underneath. That's a little bit better. Okay. So I'm just going to cut one out at a time because I stamped them fairly close together. So I don't want to run one die over the other. I don't think I can fit the other die on. Let's see. We'll try. Got to be very, very careful with your dies that you don't overlap your dies when you, no, I can't get it. The dies are too close. I've stamped the image too close. So I'm just going to pop that one through and then I'll pop the second one through. So line that up. $8:16 in Canada. Bobby said it's 7:15. It is actually 9:15 in the morning here on Saturday morning for us here in Australia. That one. And then the larger one. That one. And I think that's the way that goes. Yep. Okay, we'll run that one through. So hopefully next week I'm going to have our new die cutting machine. So I'll be able to jump on and show you the new die cutting machine next week, hopefully. I've got it on order. I ordered it on Tuesday and I'm still waiting for it to arrive. I think it's going to arrive on Monday or Tuesday next week. Okay, so we have that. And then it has this cute little die here. So I'm going to I'm just going to cut that out in, oh, what am I going to cut that out in? I feel like I want to cut it out in gold or silver. I'm thinking like gold foil or silver foil, or what have I got here? Okay, I have some of our brush foil here. We might use, I think, gold. Okay, I'm going to cut a tiny little piece of this. So this is our brushed foil sheets. I'm going to cut a tiny little piece and I'm going to cut that little bit out. Isn't it funny? The more you try to get things done quickly, the slower you seem to go. I feel like I'm crafting very slow this morning, but anyway, so I'm just going to pop that and run that through. Look at all the different time zones. Isn't it fun to see all the different time zones? So we've got that little piece there. So you can see it's embossed as well as cut out. And the other thing I wanted to show you, I'll just quickly do that with a piece of cardstock. I wanted to show you how you can cut out these gorgeous poinsettias and emboss. So we'll do that. We'll do the large one, and this is the insert, the insert layer. Now we've got to work out exactly how we get it right here. There. Okay, so can you see that? They sit inside each other. And because I've got my magnetic plate, we can level it out like that. So you've got an even border all the way through. Now you run them through together. No, they lost 3-0. They actually were, so Megan's saying, did my daughter win her hockey game last night? Because I was sitting in the border crossing for 2 hours last night trying to get to Queensland. It was her last game of hockey. So are you ready for this? So we have that cut out, but then it does this gorgeous embossed vein. Can you see? It's probably a bit hard to see in the light there, but we get the gorgeous veiny look in the flower as well. So that's a different type of thing too. There's so many options with this bundle. There's so many things that you can do with this bundle. With the dies and the embossing dies. It's just super, super fun. Oh, and I forgot, I'm supposed to stamp my leaves. I forgot about that. So we need to stamp. I'm thinking I'm just going to do, this outside, this lined leaf image. Grab a block and we've got to stamp that on our old olive. And I'll grab my old olive ink, which is there. I'm going to pop that die back so I don't lose that die. So we have our poinsettias with our little insert piece there. All right, so we'll stamp a couple of these holly leaves. So one there. And I don't have my mat underneath me, but it's okay. We got them stamped and they came out pretty good. So we only need 2 of those, correct? Yeah. And there is also this piece. So I'm going to grab a bit more of my gold foil while we're going, and we'll cut out those and this gorgeous little accent, which is wonderful. So I'll grab another bit of that. Oh, bit of that foil card. Okay, let's bring in that big shot again. Pop those things aside. They're back up there. All right. So we need the die for the leaf. And I'm going to probably put that accent piece in that's going to emboss it at the same time, because it's got an accent piece as well. Even though it's stamped, I still think it will be nice to pop that piece in just to get that embossed feel to it. I need to turn it around. I'm cutting away here this morning, aren't I? It's not working on my magnetic platform, so I'm just going to cut it so I can turn it around the other way so we can go that way. Okay, try again. That. Like that. Yeah. And then that piece goes in there as well. So that's okay. Bear with me and let's hold our breath and see if this works. Okay, run it through. Oh, thank you, Jackie. I am okay, Jackie. I'm doing all right. I just had to jump on live earlier this morning because I've got some things to do. Okay, I don't like that look. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to use that leaf on my thing, but I'm not going to do that. So word of warning, don't do that because it doesn't look real good. It doesn't line up real good with the stamped image. So we've just learned a lesson there. It's okay, but it's not, yeah. It's probably a bit hard to see on that video, but yeah. Not something that I will try again. All right. And this is going to be cut out really rough because my magnetic plate is playing up with me this morning, but we will do what we can do. There you go. 2 leaves cut out. And I'll grab that brass piece and I'll probably cut maybe 2 of these. Dies everywhere here. Maybe 2 of them, I think. One. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? That's gorgeous. Okay, 2 of those because we can. Back through. All right, let's get this card together. That. Okay, get that out of the way. All right, so we now have our leaves. We have that. And believe it or not, where did I put the other brass bit? I just cut 2 of them out and I just lost, oh, there it is, there. Okay, that, and we've got our card front here. And we're also going to use some of this gorgeous gold twine. I'll just grab it. This here. Now it goes with, let me see, in this catalogue, it tells us in the back, it goes with the Wonder of the Season ribbon combo pack. So it goes with, you'll find it here in your catalogue. It goes with that really large shaded spruce ribbon. It's a very wide, thick ribbon, great for doing bows on gift packaging and things. All right, so we're going to glue these 2 pieces together. So I'm just going to use just my seal for that. So I'm just going to run some seal along, probably just 3 strips of seal on that designer series paper. Now the designer series paper is out of the Poinsettia suite. It's got that gorgeous timber look. So it's going to have a really minute small border all the way around. So we're going to pop that on there like that. Okay. So we have that. Then what we're going to do is we're actually going to wrap this twine around. I'm actually going to cheat, and this is, I do this quite often. I'm actually just going to pop some Seal Plus on the back, there and there. Okay, so I'm going to stick my twine into that Seal Plus. I'm going to wrap it around a couple of times. Like that, and I'm going to stick it into the Seal Plus again, and we will trim that off. Oh, if I can pick it up, trim it off like that. Okay, so we've got our twine wrapped around. I need to just move that. Needs to be up a little bit. Okay, So just like that, okay? And then I'm going to, with some dimensionals, I'm going to pop that up onto the front of my card. And then I'm going to do like a fake bow, because I don't know about you, but I'm not real good at wrapping things around and then tying it. I sometimes get the cardstock buckles, or I don't get the bow tight enough and then it doesn't sit right. You try to cut the magnetic sheet to keep my dies on while I'm using them. Those little dies are easy to misplace. I do that as well, Peggy, but it's a brand new set and I haven't got around to popping them onto magnetic sheets. And I always store my dies. Another question that people ask me, I always store my dies in the stamp packet, like with the stamps. And the reason that I do that is we have different names for our dies compared to what the name of the stamp set is. And my problem used to always be, I never used to know what the name of the die set was compared to the stamp set. So I actually store mine in my stamp set all the time. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to arrange this gorgeous poinsettia. So I think I'm actually going to do a little mini, can I do a big glue dot? I mean, a big dimensional in the middle? Will I get away with it? No, it's too big. Okay, so I'm going to do mini dimensionals in there because I want it to sort of pop up and get a bit of a 3D effect. I might be able to put 2 in there just to make it a bit sturdier. I think I can get 2 in there. Yes, I can. Okay, so I'm just going to pop some mini glue dots, mini dimensionals in the middle there. And then I'm just going to straddle that on that gorgeous poinsettia there, like that. Now we have this cute little centerpiece. So I'm just going to, just with a little bit of seal, hopefully I'll get a bit of seal on there. We'll just get a little bit of seal on there. Okay, and then that's going to be able to glue in the center of that poinsettia flower. So can you see that coming together? Absolutely gorgeous. And then that's going to go onto the front of our card like so. All right, and then our leaves are going to sit in behind like this. And then we're also going to bring in these gorgeous gold sprigs, and we're going to pop that in there and pop this one probably, they only have 1, but I feel like I needed more. Maybe in here like that. Okay, and then they have a gorgeous bow happening in here. So I'll tie my bow so we have that. So this is like a cord, like a gold cord. It ties nicely. I tied a bow with it the other day and I was like, oh, is it going to spring back open? Because sometimes with cords, you sort of feel like that's what they're going to do, but it ties and it's got a bit of a ridge on it, like a ridgy sort of pattern, and it ties and it stays together really, really nice. Okay, so we've got our bow. So our bow's gonna sit in there. Which way have they got it? They've got it just like that. So this is coming together really, really cute. Okay, Merry Christmas. Now, is that in our poinsettia set? Let me see. It is. So they have this beautiful sentiment here saying Merry Christmas. So I'm going to grab that. And I'm going to need a piece of very vanilla. So I'm going to grab some here. Believe it or not, I don't have a very vanilla strip. Do I or don't I? No, I don't think I do. Okay. Sorry, I'm nattering away here. So we're going to mount that onto a block and we're going to stamp that Wow, my blocks are dirty. I need to clean them. We're going to stamp that in Old Olive. Honeybee saying, stop, Donna. I told myself I purchased everything I wanted from the mini catalogue. And you didn't purchase this one? Well, I'm afraid to say it might be on your wish list now. Okay, so Merry Christmas. Oh, and I didn't stamp that real well. I had a hair and I was worried about the hair. Let's try that again. Let's turn it up this way. And I need to get my pierce mat because it's just not stamping as well as it should. If I had my pierce mat, there it is, it might stamp a bit better. So there's a lesson learned when you don't have your pierce mat underneath a photopolymer stamp. Okay, so hopefully I haven't got my head in the picture here. I'm going to try and stamp that down as far as I possibly can down the bottom there. And make sure we get the whole thing stamped this time. That's a little bit better. Okay, so then I'm going to bring my little mini trimmer in, my baby trimmer, because it's super, super cute. Okay, and I'm going to slice that. Like that. Yep, that looks pretty good. And in the catalogue, they have it just sliced like this at an angle. And then that is going to sit and sliced this way here. All right, let's put this baby together. All right, so I'm going to grab, I think I'm just going to do it with the seal. And pop that one there. And then this one. Down here. And I need to find my, oh, there is my liquid glue. Oh, actually, I'll do glue dots on this. So I'm just going to do a glue dot on the bottom there. So just here, I'm popping a glue dot, if I can get it on there, glue dot. And just with these, be careful that you pull your glue dot off. Okay, so I wanted that one up through there. I'm just one glue dot is fine because I'm quite happy for that to be sitting quite free. Gives a little bit more dimension on your card and gives a bit more texture to your card. You prefer Merry Christmas compared to Happy Christmas? Personal preference. Okay, so that one there and that one there. Oh, that one needed to be a little bit further up there. Okay, now I think I had that one coming down through there as well. So I'm just going to do that. All right, then my poinsettia, I'm actually just going to use some seal on the back if I can. This seal is not playing nice with me this morning. So just a bit of seal on the petals. I normally don't have an issue with it. It's a brand new roll and I think it's a little bit tight. There, now we're good. Okay, so now we're going to glue our poinsettia in place. So we're just going to, how stunning is this? Okay, and then we have our sentiment that's going to go through here. So I think, I don't actually want to, yeah, I don't want to cover up that cord too much. I'm thinking Either up there, so above the cord, people, or below. I'll glue my little, tell me above, up there, or down here. I'm feeling like I want to go down there. Feeling like down there is, and I'm going to pop it up as well. So above the cord or below, type into the comments above the cord or below. I'm just going to pop my bow on while I wait for those comments to come through. My card is gorgeous, says Joanna. You keep going back to your old creative memories, Trimmer. Yes, I did take the guard off, but if you take the guard off your trimmer, please be careful. Above, below, 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 above. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 for below every. Okay, I'm going to go below. There was more for below than above. So I'm going to go below. Okay, so some dimensionals on the back of that one. There. Now, talking about our new cut and emboss machine, we as demonstrators can get our hands on it right now. So I've ordered mine and I'm waiting for mine to come through. Now, if you are wanting to get your hands on a cut and emboss machine, you can actually pop it into a starter kit. So you could join my team right now and you could purchase your cut and emboss machine. Instead of paying $209 for it, you'll pay $169, plus you get to add a little bit more into your order when you join my team. So there you go, there's that card, and we have this card. So hang on, people, because I want to do a giveaway. So please stay on, type in. I can only give away to people that live in Australia. I'm terribly sorry, I can't send things out to anywhere other than Australia, product wise. So please type in the comments the state that you live in Australia so that I can pick a winner. And I will, so using the coming home bundle and using the Poinsettia, what's it called? Poinsettia Petals. So we've got 2 quick cards for you there this morning, although it wasn't super, super quick, but anyway. So please feel free to type into the comments and let me know where you're watching from, so that I can do a giveaway, because I've got something in my drawer to give away. Who wants a giveaway? Who would like something for me to give away to them? What have I got? What have I got? Okay, so my giveaway today, I'm going to give away. Are you ready for this? What will I give away? Okay. Oh. All right. Who would like a baby trimmer? Who would like one of these baby trimmers? That you live in Australia, tell me if you would like a baby trimmer, and I will pick somebody from Australia. Somebody who would like a little baby trimmer, a brand new baby trimmer. So a trimmer like this, I'm going to give away. So type into the comments where you live. Tell me if it's the first time that you've been watching and what state you live in, and I will pick a winner from somewhere in Australia. Okay, let me see. So we have Linda from Victoria, we have Gaynor from Queensland, we have Cindy from South Australia, we have Kerry from New South Wales, we have Megan from Queensland, we have Carmel 12 ISM from Queensland, we have Beryl from Queensland, Gaynor from Queensland. Who else have we got? Cindy, no, Cindy's not from Australia. We've got Von Williams from Victoria. We have Gaynor's going, yes, please. I do. Queensland, Kay Bellett. Helen. Do you know what? I'm going to pick the winner, Kay Bellett. You are going to be the winner of this gorgeous little paper trimmer. So Kay, what I need you to do, and I'm just going to go back down to my desk. What I need you to do is email me at bejeweled01@gmail.com to claim your prize. So that was Kay Bellet is the lucky winner. And I'm also going to give away something else. What have we got? Okay, Gayleen Bell, I'm going to send you this gorgeous card, Gayleen, and I'm also going to send you a brand new chamois. So Gayleen Bell, you are the winner of this gorgeous bundle as well. So you need to email me at bejeweled01@gmail.com and send me your name and address. Okay, so we had Kay Bellet. So let me get that right. Kay Bellet. I'm going to write that on a sticky note so I don't forget. So Kay Bellet, you won the paper trimmer, and the other one was Gayleen Bell from Canberra. So Kay Bellet. Now, you really, really need to email me your address so I can mail it out to you, because I can't mail it out to you unless you email the address to me. So you have 2 weeks to claim your prize. Gayleen. So congratulations, ladies. And please, if you're watching this back later on, please feel free to share onto your social media sites. It helps get my crafting out there. It helps me bring more of these videos to you. And I love spending time on my Saturday morning crafting away. So I'm normally here at 10 a.m. every Saturday morning. I'm a bit early this morning for the simple fact that I have a video conference that I need to get onto. So congratulations to Kay Bellet and to Gayleen Bell for being today's winners. Please feel free, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button down in the bottom right-hand corner and turn on that bell notification, because you get notified every time I go live. So thank you very much for spending a little bit of your time with me this morning. Everybody have a wonderful weekend, and I will catch you all same time, 10 a.m. next Saturday morning for my live crafting session. I may jump on through the week if I get my awesome awesome cut and emboss machine. I may jump on through the week and show you that as well. So thank you, everyone, and until next time, bye for now.